Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Adam and welcome to Jamsville. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 essential improv patterns that you need to know. All these patterns are super important for you to know because they're very useful tools for creating motifs and making your solos sound a lot more logical and connected. To follow along with this lesson, make sure you pick up the free PDF ebook in the description down below. Also, if you're new to the Jamsville channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so that I can help you get better, faster at guitar every single week. Alright, let's jump right into the lesson. All the patterns in this video are going to be based on the C major scale and they're going to take you all over the neck of the guitar. So this is going to be really helpful for your fretboard knowledge. Here's pattern 1. So all we're doing in this pattern is we're starting on the first note, going up 2 more notes in the scale, and then going back down 1 note and repeating the pattern from there. And then we just take that pattern and bring it all the way up to the top of the guitar neck. And then on the way down, we do the opposite. We go down 2 steps and up 1 step. And then we just keep going all the way down to the bottom. Also, all of the patterns in this video, you should make sure that not only are you playing through them, but you're practicing improvising with them because that's the point of these patterns. The patterns are just an idea that you can change and base your own ideas off of. Here's pattern number 2. Okay, so this pattern is just like pattern number 1, except that it's flipped. So we're starting on the 3rd note of the scale and then going down 2 steps and then up a step when we're going on the way up. And then the motion that was going on the way up from pattern 1, we use on the way down. So like this. Okay, so we were dealing with triplets this whole time. Now we're going to get into some 16th notes with pattern 3. Okay, so this pattern's really cool because it's kind of easy to visualize on the guitar. So we start with a C, then go up a step to D, and then go up a minor 3rd, or just a 3rd in the scale to F, and then go up a step. So a lot of times we get these really cool box shapes on 2 strings like this. So just like any of the other patterns, since we're going up diatonically in the major scale, the pattern changes a little tiny bit, but for the most part it's really easy to visualize, again, because you have those 2 notes on each string every single time. And then when we come back down, it gets inverted. We have 2 notes on the top string and then 2 notes on the string below. Here's pattern number 4. Okay, let's talk about pattern 4 for a second. I really like this pattern because we have this 5th interval in here. So we start with G, and then we have C, and then B, and then C again. And in the context of the scale, that's 5, 1, 7, 1. And then we just keep moving that intervallic structure up the scale over and over. And then we have the same thing, just going downwards. Here's pattern number 5. Okay, this pattern's really cool because we're essentially taking pattern number 3 and we're removing one of the notes. So in pattern number 3 we had C, D, F, and G. But in this case, we're removing the F, so we're just left with this. So what it boils down to is we start on a note, then we go down a perfect 4th, and then we go down a step and back up a step. Now, one particular thing that could be a bit tricky about this pattern is deciding how to finger it. So sometimes I like to just actually roll my finger on the same fret like this. But that can be pretty challenging, so you might want to also consider using 2 separate fingers even though these notes are on the same fret like this. Here's pattern number 6. Okay, so this pattern is just like the previous 2 patterns, except it's a bit more challenging because we're introducing a string skip into the mix. So in this case, we're starting on A, and then we have this trill between B and C. But it's really worth it to get it in your playing because it can really help to break up these scalar lines that you're playing if you have these big interval jumps in your solos. And of course, it just sounds really cool. It reminds me of something that I'd hear a pianist playing. Here's pattern number 7. Okay, so in this one we're getting some relief from the big intervals, which is nice. So it's very similar to pattern number 2, except that whereas pattern number 2 was a triplet pattern like this, in order to fit it into a 16th note grid, again, we're repeating one of the notes. And this is just a really nice sequence that allows you to kind of build some tension the higher and higher and higher you take it. pattern number 8. Okay, so this pattern is essentially the same as pattern 3, except it's backwards. So in pattern 3, we had this box shape that started from the bottom note. And in this case, all we're doing is we're starting from the top note and doing it in reverse. Here's pattern number 9. Alright, so pattern number 9 is particularly challenging because it's very similar to pattern number 3, except that instead of having this box shape, we actually shift the top 2 notes up a step. So we have this type of thing going on. This one is definitely pretty challenging, especially because there's many different ways that you can finger it. So what I was doing here is I was actually having this bar with my middle finger. But if you incorporate slides and things like that, it can definitely take you through a whole world of different fingerings, like but again, if you're going for a modern type of sound, this is definitely a great pattern to get into your playing. All right, last but not least, pattern number 10. So this pattern does sound really cool, plus it'll help you get faster, and it's really awesome to move up and down with one string. And one extra bonus is if you try moving this up chromatically, it also sounds really cool. So if you've tried learning the guitar fretboard and you're just confused and frustrated about it, and you want a step-by-step, turn-by-turn system that's going to take you straight to fretboard mastery, then make sure you head on over to Jamsville.com and check out the Jamsville Guitar Performance System Fretboard Fundamentals course. The Guitar Performance System is the GPS that's gonna give you those turn-by-turn, step-by-step directions straight to fretboard mastery. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so that I can help you get better at guitar every single week. And until next time, listen, learn, and jam.